Hi, my name is Amber Chakowski. I wrote my essay on the short story A Rose for Emily by William Faulkner. In his short story A Rose for Emily, William Faulkner explores themes of secrecy, obsession, and death. Faulkner devised a character who, as a child, was hopeful and bright, but through life tragedies became a secluded and secretive old woman. William Faulkner was born September 25th, 1897 in Oxford, Mississippi, where he lived throughout most of his lifetime. Faulkner wrote novels, short stories, screenplays, poetry, essays, and wrote one play. In 1949, he won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his powerful contribution to modern American literature. The Rose for Emily starts with the news of Miss Emily Grierson's death. The whole town had gone to the funeral either out of respect or just curiosity to see the inside of her house. Emily had been a show for the town ever since her father died due to him being the only person she had. So when he died, she started slipping into depression, and the townspeople were nosy and were always watching Emily. Emily Grierson was a young woman living with her father in Jefferson, Mississippi. Her father was controlling and never let her socialize. So when her father passed, Emily went into denial and kept his body for 3 days until she accepted that he was gone. Emily then secludes herself and is not seen by the townspeople for a while. Emily Grierson was sick for a while, and the next time she is seen is with a new haircut that had made her look a lot younger than what she was. The summer after Mr. Grierson's death, the town of Jefferson had hired for a construction company to come and pave sidewalks. The construction company came with Homer Barron, a foreman from the north. Homer Barron was a foreman from the north who was well liked by the townsfolk and won many admirers in Jefferson due to his social nature and good sense of humor. But soon he is seen with Emily Grierson on Sunday afternoons running around town. Emily and Homer talked for well over a year, until one day she went to the druggist and asked for a poison. The druggist asked what kind and what she would be using it for, but all Emily said was that she wanted the strongest he had, which led up to her getting arsenic. By the next day, word traveled that Emily was going to kill herself, due to word that her and Homer were not to marry, due to him liking men and was not the marrying type. The few weeks after Emily purchases the arsenic, she is seen continuing her Sunday rides with Homer and went to the jeweler's to purchase a man's toilet set in silver with the letters HB on each set. 2 days after she purchases men's clothes, and the townspeople are convinced they are married. More days go by, and Homer Barron is last seen walking into Emily's house one evening. Homer Barron was never seen again, but Emily Grierson was. She was seen in her window from time to time, but stayed off the streets for almost 6 months. The next time she was seen, she had grown fat and her hair had started to turn gray, and she was about 40 years old. She began to give lessons in china painting to the daughters and granddaughters of the town. Years passed, and soon the children grew up and no longer took lessons, so her front doors closed once again. The only communication she had with the town was when she would send back her tax notices unclaimed. Emily Grierson will fall ill and die at the age of 74. After her funeral, her house is searched, and in the upstairs bedroom is found the body of Homer Barron. On the pillow next to his body is a gray hair, indicating Emily had been sleeping next to his body all the years since he was last seen. In conclusion, Emily was an outcast who was craving a male figure in her life. She became lonely when her father passed and needed a replacement. And when she got Homer to replace that role, he didn't want to be with her, so she took matters into her own hands by killing him. So now she will have him forever, and won't have to worry about finding another replacement. But I think the main message is change, and the world was changing around Emily, and all she was wanting to do was for things to stay the same. And that was a big issue she had to live with. This was A Rose for Emily by William Faulkner. Thank you.